Africa's Brain Drain, a plague that commands apartment intervention. Story by Majok Wutchok, Perth, Western Australia. The African brain drain is a pressing issue that needs to be addressed. Every year, thousands of young brightest Africans leave their homes in search of better opportunities elsewhere. This brain drain has a devastating impact on the continent, depriving it of the talent and skills that are essential for its development. African countries must take action to prevent this brain drain and keep the best and brightest at home. One way to do this is by investing in medical research, education and training programs that will equip young Africans with the skills they need to succeed in the global economy. Another way is to create more opportunities for entrepreneurship and innovation, so that young Africans can turn their ideas into businesses that create jobs and drive economic growth. By taking these steps, African countries can begin to stem the tide of the brain drain and build a brighter future for all. Brain drain or brain loss, which is described as the migration of highly skilled professionals out of a country, mostly underdeveloped or developing countries, into another country, mostly developed countries, in search of a greener pasture, which is to practice their professions, and to economically benefit these recipient countries. Skilled workers in this class include scientists, lawyers, doctors, engineers, academics, CEOs, nurses, managers, and other professionals who have received tertiary education. This process leaves these countries in a state where they greatly experience a shortage of skilled professionals despite their investment in human capital. Australia, New Zealand and United States of America are the major recipient countries contributing to major brain drain in African continent. A very high portion of medical scientists, medical doctors, nurses and very well-acclaimed engineers of all type have left the continent for higher-paying jobs in the aforementioned countries. It's evidenced in Australia, where you can easily spot a very highly trained African. The percentage of African Australians in medical field and engineering field is huge, given the fact that most of highly trained medical professionals who are on skilled visas are stationed in regional towns of Australia, while most highly trained registered nurses populated major metropolis hospitals and aged care facilities across Australia. Subsequently, the same goes to African engineers in Australia. They are found in most regional mine towns. Most of them do work fly in and fly out of major cities. Although, it has been alleged that unemployment has been a major cause of brain drain. There are other causes, which have been categorized into the pull and push factors. The push factors are said to be the factors promoting the emigration of skilled workers in the source country, which includes low remuneration, unsafe environment, unfair promotions, tribalism, nepotism, lack of growth in career, and inability to advance in career, are some of the factors that promote emigration, while the pull factors are factors that attract migrants into the recipient country, such as attractive remuneration, availability of study scholarships and excellent research environment, career development, high standard of living, and a secure environment which keeps the migrants in a safe condition to and from work. In summary, socioeconomic conditions have been effective push factors in the growing process of an African brain drain. On the other hand, the pull factors are the prosperity elements in the rich or developed countries, which is simply called greener pasture by African professionals who migrate there. Despite the huge amount of investment that African governments spend annually to educate young people in various sectors, these professionals move into richer countries after they become qualified or certified. And this results in a state where there are low education quality and reduction of qualified personnel, increasing the workload on the few ones available, thereby reducing the quality of services in the continent. In substantial summary, there is a need to manage the outcomes of brain drain, especially in Africa. The major concern is to minimize migration of these professionals and see how to develop more skilled professionals in various sectors of the countries. Maximizing remunerations and improve living arrangement for highly skilled Africans in order to retain them within the continent. In the long run, there will be more skilled professionals, and although some professionals will always migrate to other richer countries, there will be enough in the home country to ensure development in the African continent. Also, investing in study and research equipment, provision of job opportunities, incentives, increasing wages and salaries could also promote the retention of these qualified professionals. Conclusively, African leaders should arise and beckon on African citizens dwelling in the foreign lands to return home in the name of patriotism, not to a selfish and greedy governments where all the leaders seek means to stay in power for a second and third term against the interest of their citizens, but to those who are willing to do the right thing and fight against corruption and nepotism in their countries. This will save the continental Africa, creating a stable environment for all. Proudly brought to you by Mac Talks.